Yo, hey guys, Ken Perryman here, and I am back with another product, and it is this guy right here. It is the Note AI voice recorder. It has 112 languages converted into text and Chat GPT empowered, as it states. This thing is also MagSafe Ring included, it says right here. So I want to go ahead and talk about something before we get too far into this, and it is that up there which says hashtag sponsored, which means that this product has been sent to me by the company so I can show you all about this product. Now let me show you all about it. In the box comes with must be charged at 5 volts, 500 milliamps. I like that it's got this little tag here that you can open this up. Let's get everything out and then we'll walk through it. Kind of a nice little package there. Let's see what's over here. Is that it? I think that's just to pry the product out, but I don't know if there's anything more in there. Let's check. Nope, there's nothing more in there. All right. Let's not worry about that too much. Let's go ahead and talk about all of this. Oh, that's thin. You'll see here in a second. So going from left to right over here, you have a USB-A to a magnetic coupling charging unit. These two outer magnets will attach to somewhere on this product. And then it should have these 4 terminals here. Sorry, let's go ahead and focus that better there. Terminals, and yep, these are spring pins, spring-loaded pins. Pogo pins is what they call them. Pogo pin style charging. Contacts, and the magnet pulls itself closer to the surface and pushes against those pins. That is a great way to do charging on elements that are super thin that you can't fit a USB C or some type of connection into. So instead you do something like this. There is, and I said left to right again, we'll clarify. Here is your, they say MagSafe, I guess it's just a general industry term now, but it's the ring for you to attach this onto. The nice thing is that this phone has its own built-in ring. I have a ring in the case, not the phone, but the case. So we'll go ahead and actually test that here in a second. Let's just get to that first and then we'll talk about it. Now, you have your intelligent voice recorder user guide. Please read this user guide carefully before you use it. Okay. You scan this QR code and install the app to use the app for the recording. Continuing on, this is the actual device itself. Let me pull that out. And there is that Pogo pin connection. And let me show you here. That will only go one way. It holds on pretty strong. So you can't charge it this way. It can only go this way. And it will set itself in and lock in. It says 64 GB right here. And this thing is, let me break out the ruler, tell you what I see here. I'm looking at 4 millimeters thick. That's really thin. And you can see that, right? That is really thin. Cool front setting here. It looks like you got a window, which is going to be a display. What I saw in the instructions is a flip switch and a push button. Let's see what the instructions say those are. Okay. Recording operation of the unit without the app connected. So you can flip that up. Oh, wow. There it is, right? It turned on. Wait, is it recording now? That's interesting. Flip up to open. 2025 03 05 1042. Okay. We have to correct that date and time, but that is pretty close. Also, this is probably from overseas, so it's probably related to its time because it is 2025 0305. It is the 4th here. All right. That is pretty darn nice. Let's see. What do you have along? Okay. There's mic channels right here I can see. I don't know if I can show you guys. They're really small. Let me see if I can get the angle just right. There you go. See it? There's one there, and there's one there. Let's see, is there anything else? Nope, I believe it's just that at the top. Okay, now let's go back to what I said that's on this case. Yeah. Oh, wow. Okay. Now, of course, it'll fit on my phone. This is meant more for the iPhone, but it also will fit most standard phones that has this ring built into it. Actually, even though it's sitting wrong, that's really strong. If this was an iPhone, this isn't going anywhere. More designed for the smaller square for the iPhone setup here, but this will still work on this device. And it still works with it, even with the app. Let's go ahead and do that. Let's open up the photo. 21:48. But it's military time, 9:28. That is correct. So it actually corrected the time based on my phone. Yeah, that's interesting. It might be just it needs a little bit of correction here. So let's go ahead and close that out. I'm going to go ahead and hold on. Here's the key feature of this whole deal. Let's get this right here and let me show you this. It says that it's at 50%. I don't know about all that. Okay. So we will check for the. If you would have done all that stuff, it would have said the time, enter the location, the interviewee, because I told it that it was an interview, right? Point of view, the percentage mentioned is at 50%. There's an uncertainty of skepticism about the 50%. Literally, that's how I said it. The system or device restarted. Then there is an intention to check for something following the restart. Let's start again. All right, so we're talking about the All Powers R2500 portable power station. So that took about 3 minutes. Let me check this. All right, so this one right here. So it took about 3 minutes. There's a mind map capability? Oh, summary. All right, I love it. There is an option of, and I've been looking at it, and I'm sorry, I should show you. There's a transcription, there's a summary, and a mind map. All of them can be basically done in sequential, right? You can get a summary, but you got to do the transcription first so that it can see all the written words to make a summary. And then, of course, the mind map can be developed off of the summary itself. Let's go ahead and then start transcribing. Now, this is a 3-minute recording, so I'm sure that there is an additional function of the recording process to transcription process. So it'd be interesting to see what it says. And I think too also that because you have this style of phone, which mine in this case is an Android phone, I would probably set this ring, instead of being dead center, I'd probably put this a little bit towards the middle bottom so that I have a little more real estate to work with this guy. Because it appears that where the ring is on this one with the unfortunate camera bump section layout, it's going to be a little bit for this to connect to it. So just get a different case, put this thing on and lock it in. So while we are waiting for this to finish transcribing, which will probably finish now that I'm talking about something else, I do like the idea that this thing, as I recently have this, it looks much huger. So can I? No. Summary, the All Powers are, wow, it actually, but it did it right. Is a versatile is a powerful portable power station featuring 5 AC outlets with a continuous power of 2,500 watts and a peak power of 4,000 watts with a total battery capacity of 2,016 watt hours. It utilizes LiFePO. That is the correct spelling. LiFePO4. Li, lithium, PO4. Solar batteries, thanks to its integrated MPPT. I'm thinking that it hears what I said. It went on the internet and found stuff and put them together. So now that we've done the summary, the mind map, it then says summary, key points of knowledge, doubt, and homework. Enter the doubt question and enter more homework. So a very simple form of a mind map. There could have been more details to this, but basically I just talked about a small story. If I happened to had talked about something that tangented over to other items and other topics, they would be in here and pulled in, and you would be able to, again, meant for this. I love it. Great idea with this. Take this to a meeting, set it down, say, hey guys, recording the meeting so I can do the notes and the summary and all that kind of stuff, put everything together, call it done. Do I have that on this phone? With this new phone, I can do things like this, but I like that it's found specifically and totally in a small package. You bring this with you, click it on. The nice thing about it is you can use either this, whoops, just turned it off. You could take this, set it in, it's already started to record. You can take that, run with it. With some people, again, if you have an iPhone or if you have, and you have where maybe you've moved the ring, let's say it's right here, like this, how would that fit? So this ring fits, it's got a little bit of play, but it appears to be, that's the center point of the ring. Then what you would do is you would just stick this, like yay, right? I could stick this to my case, maybe get another case, put this on here, lock it into here, and this is going to stay there the whole time. Now I can take this, leave it upside down, it's running because you can flip it over and just do your recordings, have your discussions, talk about whatever it is that you want to talk about, have your meetings, cover everything. And then when you're done with your meeting, hit stop. I'm done. Ooh, and it actually noted like the first one. Remember we talked about the first one? This one was the portable power station, all powers. It made its own title. So let's go ahead and go back over here. I'm going to go ahead and transcribe it. I'm going to go back to English, and it's going to be maybe just a diary. Let's call it that, okay? And transcribe. So we are waiting for it to do its magic, and the mind map will probably be very simple. And there it is. Yep, saved it, and now it's starting in 30 seconds, 1 minute, and then you're done. Let's go to the summary. Connect iPhone recordings. Oh, because I said something about it. Summary and analysis of the diary entries. The diary entry described as a step-by-step process for setting up and using the device. And let the thing do its thing. The tone of the diary entry appears to be instructional and practical. Wow, okay. Mood of the day. The main mood conveyed in the diary can be described as productive and methodical. Wow, I just said diary and it's okay. So mind map. Let's see what happens with the mind map. What? Look at all that. And that's just a small section there, setting up your phone for hands-free recording and meetings. Yeah, it paraphrases pretty darn well. I'm impressed. So let's see, what can I download? Oh, save to album. I just did that like 4 different times. All right. Export, transcription, summaries, transcribe, translation, summary. Okay. Wow. Now, here is the other thing that this is pretty cool. How about I'm going to get this to record, and then I'm going to have a video of just somebody speaking another language. Let's see.
That's good. 한국말만 쓸 거예요. 한국말만 쓰는 컨셉트. 그런 느낌.
All right, so we had a couple girls who I guess don't speak Korean, and it's going to be some kind of call. Let's say it's a phone call. Let's see what it does. Whoa, it is very short, but it did do it. Check it out. There it is. It's in Korean. All right, now summary. That's not bad. Mind map. Not bad at all. Let's go back. What I want to do. Oh yeah, translate. Subscribe to English. Hello, Yura. Hello, dog. So today we are going to the shopping mall in the underground shopping mall of the Express Terminal. I'm going to let it talk about poetry in English. Okay, so there's going to be 3 strikes. Okay, that's pretty darn close. That was what they were talking about. And it did do it pretty well. Korean is actually pretty hard to translate into English in proper sentences and whatnot. That actually did do it right then and there. That's pretty darn good, actually. Guys, all of that from this little device right here with its capability, and it is still on, still powered, it's still got its Bluetooth connection, and it has a timestamp. So you can, and the cool thing is, even when the phone's not connected, you can just press that button and, oh, actually, yeah, I think it's still connected. So guys, this little thing right here, attach it to your phone, keep it in your pocket, put it in your wallet. It's so small. Break it out, use it to record conversations. Obviously, with the knowledge of all the parties involved is the best way to do this. But your intent is, and like for me in business, I'm going to turn this thing on, flip it, set it on my phone and say, hey, I'm going to record this so that we can get everything put together in our meeting notes. Sometimes I have meetings that go for an hour, 2 to 3 hours. I can just turn that on, and at the end of it, and I've got the whole meeting notes right then and there. So guys, I hope this was helpful. I appreciate your time. I'm out.